Right then, it's about time we get cracking on the pipe work to the water tank. So what I've done is, so far, laid out the route and the mechanisms. So from the water tank, we've got a tap which leads into a pump which will be drawing the water, which then feeds an expansion vessel just there. And then off the expansion vessel, you see there's a T which will serve the heater, which will eventually sit there. So the cold flow will go all the way to the heater, and then afterwards there'll be a blue and a red pipe that go out through into the van. Obviously I've not got the heater fitted yet, so I'll just be getting the first fixed pipe work in, and then I'm going to be running the pipe work low level down along there, up into the shower unit, up to where the sink's going, and I'm also thinking of putting an outside tap just on the rear end of that unit, so that when we come back from the beach we've got somewhere just to wash his feet down. I'm not having to traipse loads of crap into the van. So since the last video you might notice that I've just built this box in underneath here. I was hoping to get away with it and utilise the space underneath the water tank, but it doesn't look like I can do that, given that the expansion vessel needs to be upright and the pump has to be fed in from a certain side. So if I was to put it the wrong way around, obviously it'd be kicking water back into the tank, and we don't want that. So I'll try my best to talk through the installation of this, but a lot of it is just going to be me sort of working away, mainly because I'm trying to figure it out myself. One thing I do want to show off on this though, I got this kit from eBay. I think roughly for the pump, pipework, fittings, all John Guest bits, it costs roughly 360 quid, something like that. This is the best bit about it. Look at that for a pipe cutter. So when you need your pipe to a certain length, just quickly measure that one up just for argument's sake. I'll do it too big. Measure your pipe, put it in there, and then that is amazing. Best thing ever. Better than them bleeders, I tell you. So yeah, that's made my day. Worth every penny. What I'll do is I'll put a link to the kit that I bought off eBay within the description below. I've not obviously filled the system up yet, so I can't speak for how reliable it is, but I seem to have absolutely everything I need. My dad's a plumber as well, so I've got a bit of advice and support there, which I know a lot of people won't have. But from what he said also, there appears to be everything that's needed there. So I'm going to get cracked on with putting this together. Anything interesting, I'll show you along the way. So this is the closest we're going to get to something interesting going on here. I'm about to fit the water pump, and as you'll see, I'm proposing to fit the water pump upside down. The reason for this is it needs to be fed in from the side that you can see where that little filter is. I've looked online and it's fine to fit upside down, so I'm happy with it going this way. I've also got the 12 volt feed from the Victron unit behind me, which will feed over underneath here, tucked up nicely down, and then we'll supply there. So I'll be able to hide the cables in that little void up there. It'll just poke down nice and neat through there and get connected. So the pump is going to go roughly, I'm going to put it ever so slightly further along to roughly there. Bang in line with that for my OCD. Let's get that somewhat square. I don't think I need access to anything on the bottom of that, so I'm thinking I'm just going to put that as low down as I can, probably like a finger and a bit's depth. Frustratingly, it didn't come with any screws, so I don't even know if these screws are correct for what I'm doing. I seem to have absolutely everything I need, but we'll soon find out. That seems to have got it. And I believe the rubber is to prevent noise from the vibration of it actually working. Yeah, that seems like it's pretty solid. Lovely stuff. I will also be getting a couple more fixings on to this. It's just got one at the top at the moment. I wanted to get the pipe work in first and then figure out what's going on before getting any more fixings into this supporting unit. So then we need to drop back down and across, which is where we'll have all of this business going on. Gorgeous. At that point there, and that gives me a little bit of leg room. Oh, bloody love that. Human lube. Always make sure you get the second click, so you've got the pipe going all the way down to that mark there. And as you can see, I've done this too long, which I'd rather have done than not. So I'm going to be putting a clip there, which I can do first. I just got to take a minute to show you this little beauty. Look at him. Snoop! He's my supervisor. He keeps an eye on me all day long. That is not actually too bad. Looks like I got the length pretty bang on. Smashing. So that's probably as exciting as this video is going to get. So I'm going to get cracked on with the rest of the pipe work and then start feeding the first fix areas to the sink and the shower. Let's do this. So time to first fix within the kitchen and the shower itself. What I'm going to try and do is use as least amount of fittings as physically possible. So when we get round to the shower unit, I'm going to try and do basically a swoop from the T-junction into the sink up into there, just so that's one piece of pipe. It's pretty flexible, so I'm hoping that it shouldn't be too much of an issue. All the pipe work will be fixed along, so it'll be one length all the way from the pump and the unit at the back. And then likewise, with the one that's going to go out there, I'm going to try and keep that as short as physically possible. Inevitably, there will be some fittings. And with the shower itself, I'm going to put a bit of an access hatch behind where the tails are going to go for the thermostatic shower valve. Everything should be pretty accessible. The kitchen units themselves, because I'm going to be making them from scratch, the back unit will be completely removable. So any pipe work, any fittings should be completely accessible. The key thing that I'm trying to avoid is the least amount of fittings you've got, the less chance you've got of leaks. Because it's the fittings that are going to go, the pipe isn't going to go anywhere. So I'm absolutely buzzing with a massive job out of the way. We've managed to get all of the pipe work connected in to the pump, to the expansion vessel, a feed in for the heater unit that will be there eventually, a feed for the outside tap, which will be on the back of the unit, and then supply to the shower, the kitchen sink. I've not connected the tails yet as I don't know what length they need to be, and I'm also missing a few clips for these bits which I need to order off Amazon. But very good job out of the way. So in the next video we'll be looking at installing the bulkhead over this eating area, which is going to be a bit of a nightmare, but we'll figure out one way or another. So if you'd like to come along and see how we get on with that, please feel free to subscribe and you'll see it on the next video. But thank you for watching and I'll see you on the next one.